All right. Well, hey, friends. Good morning or good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Hope you're doing well. I'm currently hanging out at our local coffee shop here in Vermilion called The Bean, just catching up on grading and everything, and just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Holy smokes, we're like halfway through the course, which is crazy. I think today is literally the halfway point. We're at 2.5 weeks in, so just another 2.5 weeks to go. As you guys could see and can clearly tell, we're just blazing through all this content. So consider this an encouragement. You guys are doing really, really well. I know that there's just so much stuff that you got to take in, but honestly, like all around, I've been really, really, really pleased with the content that you guys are producing and that you're writing about and engaging in scripture and engaging each other. It's been really great for me to read and really fulfilling. It's not just a task for me to read and grade your stuff. Like, it's actually enjoyable and really fulfilling for my soul, and seeing you guys post content. So all around, I have been really, really pleased with the work that you guys are doing. A couple of really the only key thing for me to comment on that would just continue to make you guys even better is to always be referencing scripture whenever you can, even if it's just in passing, where you say, Jesus would teach about the need to serve the poor. Like, you don't need to quote a passage or a whole verse right there. Even just put, like, in parentheses, a couple of places where maybe something will show up, or where he does show that. Like, that just shows me and the reader in general that you're engaging in the text. You know exactly where it's at. If I'm like, oh, I want to know where that is, I can go directly to that reference and talk about it. So typically, think pretty much anytime you are writing a paragraph talking about something scripture related, have a reference. 1 to 2 references per paragraph is a really good place to be. It all varies on the length of the assignment, but that's just a really good practice to have as you guys are working on your discussion board posts, and especially any written assignments. I'm a lot more keen on making sure that I'm seeing some sort of reference or direct quote of scripture. It just makes your papers like we're in a New Testament course, right? So it just helps all the more whenever you can have those references. So there's that, and a lot of you, the majority of you, are hitting your word requirements for discussion board posts. So those are going really well. Continue just to engage in, like, what are things that you want to push or challenge or want to add a discussion deeper into your classmates' posts. So you're not just saying, I agree with this, I like what you said. Actually make it something where you are engaging and thinking along the lines of what your peers are talking about. I think that's generally it. That's kind of my feedback here at the 2.5 week point, halfway point of our course, and we're going to be done before we know it. You don't need to be there quite yet. Next week, in week 4, we're going to start thinking about what our final paper is going to be about. Never hurts to go ahead and jump to week 4, week 5 to look into the stuff that you need to be thinking about for your final paper. So that'll be quite a bit more substantive of a work than what you have been doing. So keep an eye on that, and especially quote scripture and passages for that paper. That's going to be really, really important. So there is my check-in. You guys are amazing, and as always, I'm always available if you have any questions. So shoot me an email, and I'll be glad to help. Thanks, guys.